I'm gonna be a boring guy this year, I think. Listen, it's been fun. We October 21st today. First, I want to introduce my staff. I got Jamie Stevens here, Bentu Panom, Ty Danielson, got Esteban Sandoval there. Am I missing anybody? Okay, perfect. October 22nd, we've got one exhibition game under our belt. This process, college athletics, it's a different age, different world, and I think we're all learning that the summer hours are pretty important to get guys together to spend those weeks together. And we were able this summer to spend 6 weeks throughout the summer. Then we brought them back and we did a little bit of about a week and a half adventure where we practiced and went up to Winnipeg and played some games. And I think it's really important. We got 15 guys on our roster, 8 returning and 7 new. 4 of those new are freshmen and 3 of those are transfers. So we've got we got a lot of new faces, and we've also got the returning guys that have been here, and everybody's kind of trying to find their role. And so I think this summer, and as coaches, we're trying to help define and figure that part of it out. But this summer was important to really still start building those relationships. The season comes quick anymore. September 22nd we started, which gave us about 3 weeks of preseason. And I'm going to talk about the process a lot. I feel like in today's world and how this kind of operates, the ones that can kind of handle that process the best are the ones that have the most success. And I just think for us as a team, we've been really trying to push our guys and make practices harder than games. And we want to prepare them and put them through some adversity to see how we respond to adversity. And there's a lot of different ways to respond, but the best way is to continue to build as a team, continue to grow as a player, as a person, handle ups, handle downs, know how to handle both, good times, bad times. I think you got to treat them all the same a lot of times and just keep your nose down and work. And, we've tried to not only as a staff kind of be a good example of that, but also our guys I think have done an awesome job. It's funny because when I put this together and I was more, this is spoken to you guys out there for the most part, right? It's as I think the freshmen were in there when I was doing some interviews with a news station, it's just like there's a message kind of being sent along because this is really hard what we're doing. Same with the women. College athletics and really building a team in a time period has become more and more challenging. So the type of people you have in your program is really important. The staff we have is really important. And it's been fun to kind of see our growth. But man, we're a long ways from where we can be. And so that's the message I want to get out more than anything. We had our first exhibition game against Jamestown. And man, there was some good. There was a lot of mistakes, kind of what you would think. But we were kind of grinding through some injuries in that. So we were a little bit light from the bench standpoint, but I really thought the guys did an awesome job as the game went on. But when you watch the film, there's just plenty to continue to grow on and get better at. But there was so many positive things to take from it as well. When I look at our schedule, and Coach Stevens does so much with our schedule, I'm not going to sit here and be able to take credit for much. We've got a really good non-conference. Anytime you can get an 8-game non-conference schedule at home, I think that's a big deal. And so we've got some awesome non-conference opponents and names that you hear a little bit of, like Montana's a team that's probably going to be picked, if not picked, but one of the top teams in the Big Sky that's going to be coming to our gym as part of that Big Sky Challenge. We're going to go to Idaho. But at home, we're going to have a team like Winthrop that's kind of had a big history and tradition in men's basketball there at the mid-major level. We also open up, the Friday after, is it the Friday, Jamie? After Alabama, we open up with Thursday. We open up with UC Riverside. So we at home here. So we got an awesome home slate of games. Then we also have, so we got UC Riverside on that Thursday. Then we've got Cal State Northridge on that Sunday. So we've got an awesome slate of home games to go along with our conference stuff. And with the road games, you're going to mix in a few high major games, and we're going to return that Alabama game. We open up, is it a week from Monday, out in Tuscaloosa. Then we also play the likes of Creighton, and Nebraska as some of those high major games that we play. But we got some good ones as well as we're traveling to Hawaii. It's going to be rough for a couple days. We get to go to Hawaii and play. On the way back is when we'll take in that Idaho game, so Paul Rawl can, get out and see there you go, Paul Rawl, giving you a shout out, buddy. But so I think our non-conference games are from our home games to our road games. I think we put together a really competitive schedule that's going to really push us. I look at the Summit League rankings and what came out. It's really hard to put a lot of value in that. I think the last 2 years, the team that got voted 8th, one time last year I think they won the league, and the year before that they tied us for second place in the league in Kansas City. So the preseason ratings are a lot like having a really good day or a really bad day. Like, they don't mean a whole lot. It all depends on what you do with it. And I think there's a really good opportunity for us to quiet noise and to not worry so much about criticism or positive comments and treat them all the same and just try to get better every day. When we tipped off against Omaha, I think was it the first game of the conference season last year was Omaha? I believe they were 4-9 in non-conference play. They were 4-9. And they went on to win the league. They went on to win the league tournament. And I'm going to tell you, I bet you they went through some adversity in that 4-9 schedule. But so much of it is how you handle it. How do you handle when you're having a bad day in Tuscaloosa? I hope we have a great day down there. But how are you going to handle it if it's not great? How are you going to handle it if it's not going your way? How are you going to handle it if it is going your way? Like, there's just so many imposters out there that can dictate your attitude and your effort and your energy. And I think what we've got to really be great at is keeping our mind right, really focusing on big picture, and let's keep getting better. Let's attack every day, and let's make this about us and our improvement. Because the preseason rankings don't mean stuff. They don't mean anything. But it's our job to go out there and show what kind of team we can become. When you watch us play, the things that are going to stand out for us is, man, we better be playing hard. We want to continue to play smart and get better at playing smarter. And then at the end of the day, what kind of team are we going to be when we're at our best, when we're at our worst? Becoming a team, staying a team, fighting through things together, and making it more about the team and what we can become as a team instead of the individual aspect. Because I do think in college athletics, that's become a challenge. It's become a challenge to turn the spotlight off yourself and put it on your team. And I think for us, that's a huge thing that we could have a great advantage of, is if everybody buys into that and everybody works to try to become the best teammate we can become. And if you do that, I think a lot of positive things that can happen. But it's an exciting time. But at the end of the day, man, we're working, we're grinding. The guys are working, they're grinding, and we got a lot of other things like academics we got to be doing as well. We got a lot of other things in our life going on, and in the meantime, we want to push these guys as hard as we can to get them ready. But we're excited. We got Minnesota this weekend, another awesome opportunity and challenge against a team that has a lot of new players, but they got millions of dollars I think they put into that roster. So we're going to see some pretty high-level guys on that team. But it's funny, when that ball goes up, it's a level playing field. When that ball goes up, who wants to put the extra effort in? What teams are going to work better together? Who's willing to be the first on the floor? Who's willing to fight for rebounds? Who's willing to set that first screen or really send the message? Because at the end of the day, those things, those qualities that have always been really important in your team and having success are the qualities you need to have the success and feel great about the efforts you're putting out there. And that's what we're striving for. We're excited about this group. I didn't talk about one individual guy because everybody on this squad's really, really important. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that because, man, it's October 21st. And I bet you if you look at us in that Jamestown game, compared to when you see us against Riverside, compared to when you see us at Nebraska, or compared to when you see us in February, there's going to be so many changes that take place in that time period. So, if you try to predict what's going to happen now in February, you're kind of foolish. Head down, work, let's get better, let's have fun, let's be a great team, and put the best team on that floor that we can. And that's our goals. So appreciate it. This is a great turnout, awesome turnout. Appreciate everybody coming here, and go Hawks.